I've watched many YouTube videos telling me I shouldn't buy a Vincero watch. Shouldn't. Disposable fluff, they called it. Strong words. Well, there's a fine line between being a watch enthusiast and being a watch snob. And it's this attitude that crosses that line. And it's one of many similar opinions about Vincero watches and fashion watches in general if you go looking for them. So, were they right? No, it really is snobby nonsense. What some watch aficionados don't understand is this approach not only distances regular people from the joy of watch collecting, but it also puts newcomers off the watch industry as a whole. It entirely misses the point of a fashion watch. It's ignorant of how people are buying and being introduced to watches today, and could put someone off discovering the many wonderful watches there are out in the world today. Before getting into the Vincero watch that I've got here, I'll share an experience. I've attended the Baselworld watch show professionally several times, and one of the first times I went I wore a smartwatch. I was reviewing it at the time, and in a meeting I was asked what I was wearing, meaning my watch. And the look of horror on that person's face when I showed them the smartwatch is forever ingrained in my mind. The thing is, unbeknownst to the snob, it was smartwatches that got me interested in watches generally. If smartwatches hadn't have become a thing, I may never have put on a watch again. My phone tells me the time. This is exactly the same with fashion watches. You want a watch and it needs to look good. That's it. So naturally, fashion brands are the first stop. There is no wrong choice of watch. What I buy is for me, and it doesn't need anybody else's stamp of approval. So what about the watch then? Well, this is the Vincero Outrider, and it costs £190 or $235. It has a 41mm case with a Seiko quartz movement inside. It's made from stainless steel, has a sapphire coating that's not the same as a sapphire crystal, remember, over the face. It's water resistant to 100 meters and is fixed to a 22mm Italian leather strap. But I don't think that's a bad spec list at all, but I do think the price is pretty high. The size is fairly modest and it's certainly not heavy. The lugs don't fall over the edge of my wrist, and at 12.5mm thick it fits under shirt cuffs too. I like the bold numbers and the chronograph complication. I also appreciate the range of colours and strap combinations. This is a fashion watch, and the more choices the better. The strap here is also wonderful. It's very soft and comfortable, and there was no time at all needed for it to feel that way. What don't I like? I don't like the stupid "Live Your Legacy" inscription on the back. It doesn't mean anything at all, but at least I don't have to look at it. The buttons have a unpleasant cheap click when you press them, and this watch is apparently grey in colour, and to my eyes it's actually rather green, and I was pretty disappointed when it arrived and looked very different to the picture on Vincero's website. Here's where the snobs will chime in. Oh, they'll say you could have spent the admittedly quite high price on insert other watch brand here and not had this experience. Sure, probably. But the Vincero's Seiko movement has kept great time and it's been very reliable, and I'm sure it will continue. And if I'm buying a fashion watch, I probably don't really care how clicky the buttons are. What I care about is that this fits in with my outfit or my lifestyle. I like the design, and that's what matters here. The thing is, there are generations of people who buy products based on what they see on social media. There's nothing wrong with that. It's modern life. The watch industry as a whole is terrible at promoting itself this way, from its ads to its choice of brand ambassadors, and it's a world apart from the accessibility of fashion brands. If I'd have taken the look of horror on the face of that person at Baselworld personally, I may never have put on another watch again. Instead, I saw it as their loss. To me, suggesting that buying a smartwatch, a Vincero watch, or any fashion brand is somehow wrong or misguided is ridiculous. Some of you who do buy one will suddenly discover how nice it is to wear a watch, and go on to discover the varied, exciting world beyond the fashion watch. Some won't, and that's fine. Many of you who go on to buy other watches will inevitably find better buys, but the Outrider here is perfectly fine, just don't choose the grey one. Put it on, wear it, enjoy it, and it could be your gateway into the wonderful world of watch collecting. Whether it's a smartwatch or a Vincero or any fashion watch, we all start somewhere, and despite what the snobs tell you, there is no right or wrong choice. I'm Andy Boxall, this has been Unboxable TV. Thank you for your subscriptions, and of course, if you'd like to subscribe, please do so. Thanks for watching.